There exist many, and I mean many magical girls that the majority of us don't know who they are. And who can blame us? We didn't have access to the moneymaker 7-year story that was Magia Record, who created way more than 5 main magical girls for their gacha game. So it's no wonder that whenever we pull a magical girl, whenever we playing Magia, etc., our first reaction will always be,
yo, who the F is this?
but I didn't have this reaction when I pulled this magical lad. This being this gremlin cat girl looking ass magical girl who used forest and heal magic and got a pictura hugging none other than our favorite tomboyish homeless girl, Kyoko. I wonder if Eric Cartman jumps over her with a skateboard. Anyways, still, with this description, many people still ask the same question.
Yo, who the F is this?
When seeing this gremlin. And today, after not only getting Kyoko added to the game, and my poll were full of Kyoko related stories, and the option with the most views was the wish to cover a Kyoko story, we will now be answering the question of who this gremlin is and why she is so important to Kyoko. And when this video does well, we will also be covering the spin-off manga where she first appeared, and where also Madoka Magica's first same-sex pairing also appeared. And also, this spin-off manga gives me a lot of roast materials to roast Homura, who, like always, was only aura farming. God, I'm hyped for that shit. Anyways, let's cover the question of who this gremlin is. The gremlin, as I will always call her, has a name. Her name is Yuma Chitose, and is a character from the spin-off manga Puella Magia Oreko Magica. She also appears or is referenced in Puella Magi Oreko Magia Extra Story and Puella Magia Oreko Magia Sadness Prayer. She is a playable character in both the now completely forgot Puella Magia Madoka Magica Online and the now retired famous gacha game Puella Magia Madoka Magica Side Story Magia Record, with the latter having her first animated and voice actor appearance. Her voice actor is Musaki Kuno, who also voices characters like the Witch of Pride from the peak anime ReZero, Klee from Genshin Impact, Hawk from the Deadly Sins, and Sophia from Persona 5 Strikers. Yuma is an 11-year-old child, and just like Nagisa, she comes from a rather abusive household, where the only love she got shown was a warm, burning cigarette put off on her head, while being punched and thrown away like trash, and gets treated as trash, or as not important. Whenever something bad happens to Yuma's mother, she abuses Yuma and tells Yuma that it's all her fault, and calls her a bad girl and useless. The only people who actually cared for her were her grandparents, but unfortunately they never knew about the abuse she got from her mother. By the way, her father is mostly not home and leaves the home to get some milk and only returns once a month or so. But luckily, both her parents did get killed by a witch. Unfortunately, this happens right in front of Yuma, and it was quite brutal. And somehow, Yuma's mother managed to convince Yuma it's all her fault. Luckily, once again, Yuma gets saved from this witch that killed her parents by Kyoko, who tells her, yo, you know now that the world isn't sunshine and rainbow, so good luck, you're living on your own. But seeing Yuma so sad and alone, she kind of reminded Kyoko of Momo, her younger sister, and she took Yuma under her wings, since she fears that she would not survive the street life all on her own. So Kyoko teaches her the way of the hobo. Okay, sorry, it was just a perfect punchline. Anyways, for the upcoming panels of the manga, Kyoko teaches Yuma the way of the hobo, by teaching her how to charm her way into getting free food, or if that doesn't work, how to steal food and run from the police, while also telling her don't become a magical lad, and also learning about her rather traumatic past. And also, Kyoko stopped Yuma from making a contract with Kyubey, who was like, make a contract. But seeing how against Kyoko was of the idea of Yuma becoming a magical girl, Yuma started to think that Kyoko believed she was useless and would never be a proper magical lad or any help to her, while also getting a flashback of her rather lovely abusive parents who always told her how useless she was. Well, you can already imagine that Yuma will make a magical contract, but not for that reason. You see, to understand why exactly Yuma made this deal, we must look at the mastermind of the spin-off manga, this being Oreko, another magical girl we will be covering in the upcoming future. The only thing that you need to know is that she can see the future. Anyways, this Oreko chick summons a witch to Kyoko that almost kills her. I mean, she lost an arm and her legs, and Yuma knew that Kyoko was fighting a witch. Oreko appeared behind Yuma and told her, yo, your big sis getting fucked up. You should probably do a wish to save Kyoko. And Yuma did exactly that. Her exact wording aren't known, but we can assume that it was something around the line of to save aka heal Kyoko. Needless to say, after Kyoko found out that Yuma wished for her sake and not for her own sake, she was rather angry and gave her a pip slap, since Kyoko told her not to become a magical lad in anywhere or any shape or form, and especially not for someone else. Which ends with another mental breakdown of Yuma's part. Poor girl, since Oreko and her parents always convinced her that she is nothing more than a useless crybaby, she now got the confirmation in the form of a pip slap overlap that maybe she is truly useless, since even after becoming a magical lad, the most important person in her life, that being Kyoko, is angry with her, which resulted into her having a breakdown and started crying and begging Kyoko not to leave her alone, while muttering that she is not useless. Kyoko eventually helps her and is like, "It is what it is. You wished for someone instead for yourself, but I will not leave you. But I swear I will kill this Oriko chick who convinced you to make a contract with Kyubey." And so they continue their journey. You're probably asking yourself, why didn't we see her in the original anime? Well, it's quite simple. Once again, it's Homura's fault, since the events that I told you were happening in one of the many timelines. And eventually this timeline got abandoned because Homura was too busy aura farming and doing nothing until Oriko literally did a Piccolo and saved her definitely not lesbian lover and was therefore attacked by Kyoko. Using this opportunity, Homura shot Oriko's soul gem, which by the way was her only contribution to this fight. It was like, I did some shit. Look guys, I did some shit. But apparently that shit that she did was so useless that Oriko was like, yeah, while I'm still dying, let me just kill Madoka. And used Kyoko's spearhead as a projectile and killed Madoka on the spot. Literally Sayaka, who was not even a magical girl, did more into protecting Madoka than Homura did in this bloody timeline, who was too busy aura farming. So fuck you, Homura, for stealing humor from becoming mainstream knowledge to the anime and manga community. You suck at being a bloody time looper. Subaru is a way better character and a time looper than you. And Song Jae-woo is a better aura farmer and also a better time looper than you. Anyways, enough with the Homura slander. Let's return to Yuma and what her powers and abilities are. Yuma's magic manifest as healing powers because her wish was to help, aka save Kyoko. She is able to heal Kyoko's wound from her battle with witches. Her offensive capability come in the form of a staff with an oversized ball that spots a cat-like tail. The staff creates shockwaves that make it difficult for an enemy to move. Yuma is the Madoka Magica franchise second cat girl, the first one being Satomu Uchigai. Yuma's design was noted to be meant to make her look younger than she actually is, such as her cat theme and rather non-threatening weapon. Her first official design showed her having blue eyes, but it was later changed in Magia Record into her having green eyes. And also there exists some side story and happy ending for Yuma, where she either gets adopted by her grandparents and lives a rather happy life before Walpurgisnacht came along. But then again, Oriko and her definitely not lesbian girlfriend did jump Walpurgisnacht in this version, so who knows. And another in Magia Record where Kyoko still takes care of Yuma and becomes her big sister. And since most of the stories that I could tell you that are related to Yuma would link to Oriko and other characters, I will leave this video for now. And if this video did well and if enough people want me to cover the spin-off series, I will create more videos about the spin-off series and also about other magical girls. So please like and subscribe and write down in the comment if you like this video or not and what other magical girls you want me to cover. But for now, I wish you all a bloody good day and goodbye.